welcome back to my channel. So today in this video, I am doing Simply Hope Shops My Stash. This is a collab with my friend Hope here on YouTube. I'll have her channel linked up in the cards as well as down below. She is freaking gorgeous. She's so cute. She's from Minnesota. She's really nice. And we have been kind of like YouTube friends, supporting each other since the beginning, which is just so much fun. So we decided to do another collab. I'll make sure to link all of our other collabs down below or up in the cards or wherever people link collabs. But she and I have done a couple and it's a lot of fun, and this one is great. She actually picked all of the makeup that is on my face today. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you want to see me pick makeup for her channel, then go check it out and let her know that I sent you, show her some love. But Hope, I'm so glad we got to collab. This was so much fun, and I did pink eyeshadow, which I don't think I ever do on my channel. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel as well as Hope's channel. Without further ado, let's get into the makeup look. So first, I have already gone in and done my eyebrows using the ColourPop Brow Pencil in the shade Blondie because I pretty much only have one brow product. I didn't let Hope pick out one for me. Sorry, Hope. This is literally the only product you could have picked, and you made a really good choice. It's a really good brow product. I also just went in and primed my skin with the Becca First Light Priming Filter. I love this. This is a really, really good primer. Hi. Focus on me. My skin has been a little bit weird. Every time we transition into seasons, it just kind of changes. And so this is the primer that is just foolproof, worked for me, kept my makeup in place, has given my skin a really nice glow, and I worry about products breaking me out, which is one of the reasons I don't use foundation. So when I find a primer that works, I don't really want to stray from it. So I also didn't let Hope pick a primer for me. I'm sorry, Hope. I did a really bad job at letting you pick my products and pick my makeup. So first, Hope picked my concealer, and she picked between the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, the Glossier Stretch Concealer, and the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. And she picked, drumroll, now my dogs are nervous. Okay, that was a bad idea. Hi, you wanna say hi? Guess not. So Hope picked the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. So I'm undecided on how I feel about this concealer. I've thought about actually decluttering it from my collection because I don't think I've ever shown it on camera. You guys know I've been obsessed with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer for the longest time, and I just discovered these Glossier concealers, and honestly, like, they're my all-time favorite concealer I've ever used in my life. This one is stinking good, and it's super affordable. It's $6 and you get a good amount of product and it lasts a really long time, but it kind of breaks me out. So I will be using it on my face today. On my under eyes, it's not too bad, but I get a little bit of those like teeny little dots. And so I actually might declutter this soon from my collection, but I actually knew Hope would pick this concealer because I don't know, this is one of those concealers that, like, frankly, I think we were all really curious about, and ColourPop has now come out that they're releasing a foundation, which is crazy, and they have a huge shade range, which is so stinking nice. But this is a really good concealer. It has a lot of coverage. It does remind me of something like the Tarte Shape Tape or kind of any of those concealers that are just very high coverage. I've learned for me that I really am enjoying concealers that have a little less coverage. So I'll just show you the difference on the back of my hand. This is like one swipe of the ColourPop concealer. Oh, and it also oxidizes like crazy. And I'm using the shade Light 20. And then here is one swipe of the Glossier concealer. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, I look crazy right now. So as you can see, the Glossier concealer is definitely not as full coverage as this one, but I find it just melds into my skin beautifully, so I really prefer the Glossier one. But, you know, today in this video, we're playing around with what's in my collection. So with the Glossier one, I use a finger to blend it out, so that's what I'm going to do with this. Hi, I'm sorry you guys. I'm trying a new setting on my camera that's supposed to focus a little bit better on my face, but I gotta keep checking the monitor, make sure I'm in focus. So with this concealer, you really wanna work fast because once it dries down, like, she's there, you can kind of have it on your face, but once you start blending it, it doesn't blend super far. So a little bit doesn't really go a long way. You just want to make sure that the little bit, like where you've placed it, that you work with it pretty quickly, if that makes sense. It does oxidize. I'll show you a fresh swatch on the back of my hand once I'm done blending this into the face. and into the skin. But it does a really good job. It gives really nice coverage. It looks really natural. And what I like about this is you barely have to set it with powder. Like the second this dries down, it doesn't really crease and it's super duper nice. I do find it makes my under eyes look a little bit dry for my skin type. What's crazy is I'm more oily, but I do better with a more oily concealer just because I feel like it looks more natural with my skin than this one drying down. It really mattifies my under eye. So I'll show you guys zoomed in because I know you're curious. But this is what the concealer looks like all blended out. And I think it looks really, really nice and really fresh and really clean. And I will zoom you guys in and show you my under eyes. So if you guys can see, there is a little bit of creasing, but there is pretty good coverage on my under eyes. I am going to go in and do just an extra little dot. Sorry this isn't in focus. It's just focusing on my nose right now. This is way too far zoomed in. Let me zoom you out. Okay, that is much better. I was a little too zoomed in for my own comfort. I do like this concealer. I think if you like a more full coverage concealer and you like a concealer that really dries down matte, that you don't have to really set, I think you would love this. For me, it's just not my favorite concealer, but I'm glad this is your first time, I think, seeing it being applied on camera, and it is a really beautiful concealer. Just so you can see, here is the shade Oxidized, and here is a fresh new swipe. So it does oxidize to a couple shades darker than its actual color, which is crazy. And there she goes, oxidizing already. She works fast. So because I only have a couple of powders in my collection, I am just going to set the face and the areas where I will do blush and contour with the Glossier Wowder powder. This is my all-time favorite powder, and it's become such a staple part of my routine that I literally told Hope, I was like, I am not willing to sacrifice what powder I use to set my face because I have to use the Wowder. Like, I can't use another powder. I've tried, and I always go back to this one. We're gonna just go in quickly and just kind of warm up the cheeks and add a little bit of shaping, but not much. Just because I've been really into like super duper natural makeup. Like, it takes me about 5 minutes to get ready in the morning. And so I haven't been doing like crazy bronzing and contouring. I've just been kind of like warming up the face, if that makes sense. I had Hope pick between 4 blushes. The first is the Tarte blush in the shade Partey. Next is the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk. Next is the Butter Blush from Physicians Formula in the shade Plum Rose. And then finally, I told Hope she could also pick any of the blushes from the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Face Palette. And Hope went with the Tarte blush in the shade Partey, and I was so glad she did. I love this blush. It's so stinking pretty, and it's such a beautiful, like, it just gives a flush to the cheeks. So I'm gonna go in with a stippling brush. This one's from Eco Tools, and just kind of get a little bit of that on this brush, and then just fluff it onto the cheeks. Oh, and the shade is just so dang pretty. I was so glad she went with this one. Honestly, it was a pretty easy decision. Anything she would have went with would have been a good one because I love all of those blushes. But I think this one just gives the most gorgeous flush to the cheeks, and it just makes you look like you're here to party. So next we're going in with eyeshadow, and I gave Hope a choice of 4 different eyeshadow palettes that she could pick between. The first choice was the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe. Next was the ColourPop All I See Is Magic palette. Then we have the Athena palette from Bad Habits. Ow. And finally, the Dream Street palette, which is a collaboration with Kathleen Lights and ColourPop. And she went with the All I See Is Magic palette from ColourPop. And I was so excited she did because I actually picked this up off Poshmark because I was really curious about this palette. It was a holiday, I think 2017 release. Holiday 2017, so this past Christmas. But it's just such a pretty palette, and I feel like it's so unique, and a lot of the shades are very like fall kind of shades, but I just feel like you can really work with this, so I was really excited to use this today, right now, like right now. I'm going in with a transition brush, and I'm gonna have all my brushes like right down here, I think, or on this side. I'm not really sure, but I see J-Kiss and Makeup all the time put her brushes down to the corner so she doesn't have to keep talking about what they are. So I'm just using a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going in with this first shade right here as my transition. It's a little bit more of a warm tone. They also have a really pretty kind of pinky transition shade, and I might add that in too. I don't really know what look I want to go for today. Probably something neutral and simple, just because I'm pretty neutral and simple. I love this palette. It's so stinking pretty, and I'm so glad that I'm using it today. I am gonna pick up that little pink transition shade though, just because I think it would look really pretty on the inner corner of the eye, and then I'll do the more purpley tone on the outer corner of the eye. I am dipping in a couple of times just to really build up that pigment. One of the things I love about ColourPop shadows is I feel like they are extremely pigmented and really, really blendable, but especially the matte shades, you can really build up, which I love. So it'll give you that really like simple wash of color, or you can build it up to be like a really intense pigment. So I love how pink that's looking. That's really fun. It doesn't even look like I have pink eye. And then same brush, because let's be real, we don't have 1,000 brushes like all the other real booty gurus. I'm just gonna pick up this kind of mauve-y taupe shade. And this one's perfect because, again, not too pigmented at first, so I can really get that flush transition shade and then build it up a little bit more if I want to. We're just gonna put that on the outer corner of the eye. I like it. Looking a little bit darker on camera than it is in person, but looking good. And now I'm picking up another blending brush, and I'm going to just focus this in the really outer corner of the eye, and I'm going back in with that purpley mauve shade. I do wish this palette had a mirror. I'm currently using a mirror just right down here. So I'm really focusing that like right in this outer crease and kind of making sure I fluff my eyeshadow out to make a really pretty wing shape. I've learned with my eye shape, I really love how cat eyes look, because my eyes actually kind of like turn upwards a little bit, and so I love how that just, it complements my eye shape so well. Okay, and I'm making this like a really simple eye look because I suck at doing makeup. I'm going in with an angled fluffy brush, and I'm picking up this brown shade right here, and I'm gonna just deepen the outer corner a little bit just to add a little bit more depth before I go in with an all over lid shade. And going in with a little bit of a dense brush. This one's just from e.l.f. It doesn't have a name on it, but it kind of has like this dense shape. I'm just picking up this purple right here. I'm gonna really pack that like right on the outer edge of the eye. The shade of this is so pretty. Also, this looks like a mess, but I promise it looks blended in person, so I'll just blend it a little bit more just in case. And now I'm just gonna go in with this really pretty pink shade with my fingertip, because a lot of these metallic shades just look a little bit better when you go in with your fingertip. And I'm going to just put that all over the lid. Oh, that shade is so pretty. I've played with this before, but I should play with it more. And then just to kind of meld the inner corner and the outer corner, I'm gonna go in with this metallic shade too. That's a really pretty pink, and just put that right in between. And then I'm going to go back in with that e.l.f. fluffy brush and that dark purple shade, and just really make sure that everything is beautifully blended. And just going in with another brush, I'm going to pick up that purple shade right here that we kind of used as a transition, and I'm going to just smudge that on my lower lash line, and then we'll be pretty much done. I'm keeping this eyeshadow look very simple and very pink. I hope this is what you envisioned, Hope, because every time I see this palette, I just want to go into all the pinks, but I know you could totally do like a green smoky eye with this. You could do like army greens and gold, which probably would have looked better with what I'm wearing today, but I was feeling like pink. And I'm bringing that all the way into my inner corner because I just kind of want like a pink smoky eye today. It's fine. This is what we came here for. So now before I go in with mascara, I'm gonna go in with highlight, and I gave Hope, I think, 5 choices for highlighters. The first is Wisp by ColourPop, which is this beautiful, just like gold champagne color. Then Flexitarian from ColourPop, which is just this bright flash of wetness, and it's gorgeous. Then the e.l.f. Baked Highlight in Moonlit Pearl, which is really pretty. It looks so simple in the pan, but on the cheeks, it is just gorgeous. Then the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Moonlit. And finally, the Hourglass highlight in the shade Champagne Flash, which is this little stick highlight that I got as a sample, and it's really, really pretty. And Hope chose the Hourglass highlight. So I'm going to just apply this onto my cheeks, just going in with the stick and kind of doing, oh, that's really pretty, downward little motions, and then I'll blend it out. What I love about this highlight is it really does give you like this bright highlight that's gorgeous. But my only complaint is it really doesn't last super well on the skin. Oh yeah. Okay, a little bit on the Cupid show. We're glowing. Actually, this is really pretty. I need to use this more. So I'm just going to curl my lashes, and then we'll go in with mascara. So for mascara, I gave Hope the choice between 5 mascaras. The first is the Benefit They're Real mascara. Next is the Catrice Extreme Volume mascara. Then we have the Buxom Lash Mascara, the Stila Huge Mascara, and finally the Glossier Lash Slick, which you guys know right now is my favorite mascara. And because Hope wants me to be more creative on my channel and not just use the same things over and over and over again, she picked the Catrice 24 Hour Rock Couture Extreme Volume Mascara. This is not the waterproof one, but I love it. This is like a hybrid between the They're Real and, oh, what did I say? I said it in a video once. If anyone remembers, comment it down below. But it's literally like They're Real meets that one Tarte mascara. That's what this is. So I'm going to just apply this to my upper and bottom lashes. And it does such a good job. Like, every time I use this mascara, I forget how good it is. Wow, this is a beautiful mascara. Oh yeah. Is that what they say in Minnesota, Hope? Oh yeah. Has a good mascara. Yeah. I have a friend, one of my best friends is from Minnesota, and he's the worst. But anyways, when I found out that that's where Hope is from, I'm always like, are you cold? Is it snowing? Because here in Texas, it's 104 degrees right now. But the weird words he says is like big, swag, magazine, magazine. I don't know, what else do they say there? Prince. Yeah, that's all I got. And lower lashes. I'm gonna need to get a Q-tip and clean up all the mess I made. So give me 1 second. And finally, I gave Hope the option of picking a neutral lip, a pink lip, a red lip, or a dark lip. And she went with the, drumroll, neutral lip. So obviously had to go in with my ColourPop lippy stick in the shade Aquarius. This is like the perfect nude. It's gonna look a little bit pinky on camera, but this is pretty much the most neutral lip I think I own, besides like Tootsie from ColourPop, which is one of my favorites. So we're just going in with this one because it looks pretty much like my lip, but better, and we're gonna just barely tap this on my lip. I love how creamy and pigmented this is. Alrighty, so that completes this look. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more videos like this, please let me know down below, and make sure you go check out Hope's video because she did a Diana Simmons shops her stash, and I'm really excited. I picked the best items I could think of and the items that I wanted to see her use on camera. So it's really fun. I'm so glad I had Hope shop my stash because I would have never done something like this or used these products together. And to be honest, I'm loving my makeup today. So this is a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Follow me on my Instagram. I think I have a giveaway going on right now as well. But yeah, that's all I have for you. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time on my channel. Bye, y'all.